June 18th, 2020 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. Roll call, please.
Mr. Margaret.
Here.
Mr. Long.
Here.
Mr. Perez.
Here. Are there any conflict of interest statements? No, sir. No. Approval of minutes of the meeting of June 11th, 2020.
I motion to defer the approval of the minutes of the meeting of June 11, 2020.
I second, Mr. President.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item A, correspondence received from Councilman Pete Torres requesting a double stop sign on 149th and Pine Avenue. The sign will be north and south intersecting with 149th Street.
Okay, good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
I kind of miswrote that. There's no sign at all north and south, so they're requesting a stop sign going for the north and south. There's one 149th east and west, so they're requesting a four-way stop sign because they're scared of accidents and kids crossing there and so forth.
Yes, but we'd be happy to take a look at it. The engineering department will do a stop warrant analysis at that location.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Councilman.
Okay. I make a motion, we forward this request to the engineering for their analysis and approval.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item B, order to release bond for property located at 7212 Southeastern Avenue, submitted for approval.
Good morning, Mr. President and Board. This is at the request of Mr. Luter. This is a property that has been completely rehabbed, and the bond was never released, so I presented the Board with some paperwork in that regard. I request its approval.
Okay, I make a motion to release the bond for the property located at 7212 Southeastern Avenue.
I second, Mr. President.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item C, order to rescind demolition order for property located at 430 Highland Street, submitted for approval.
Yes, Mr. President, this is also 430 Highland. It's owned by Ms. Shaquila Hart. It's my understanding through Mr. Luter that this also request should be to release the order, release the demolition order, and rescind the demolition order and release the bond.
Okay, I'll make a motion to rescind the demolition order and release the bond for 430 Highland.
I second, Mr. President.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item D, order to rescind demolition order for property located at 6231 Blaine, submitted for approval.
Mr. President, this is a little different. Reliable Properties LLC completed the rehab at 6231 Blaine, so we're requesting that demolition order be rescinded, and this bond will be transferred. It's in the paperwork I've submitted to the Board. This bond will be transferred to 27 Elizabeth Street because they are going to begin the rehab there. So Mr. Luter and I have, Mr. Luter suggested I approve the transfer of the bond to allow that bond to sit on the new property they're going to begin the rehab on. I would also request that Lynn forward all these down to the controller's office so that the bonds can be properly released, and also copy the inspections department, please.
Just so I'm clear, Kevin, we're rescinding the demolition order for 6231 and transferring the bond to 27 Elizabeth.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, that, my motion is going to be to rescind the demolition order for 6231 Blaine and transfer the bond to 27 Elizabeth.
I second, Mr. President.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item E, agreement to rehabilitate property located at 2632 163rd Place, submitted for approval.
Mr. President, this is a property that we are hoping to have rehabbed. I believe it's before the Board, properly recommended by Mr. Luter and signed by the owner.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the agreement to rehabilitate the property located at 2632 163rd Place.
I second, Mr. President.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item F, agreement to rehabilitate property located at 4940 Ash Avenue submitted for approval.
Same, Mr. President, this is recommended by Mr. Luter, and I believe the document is signed by the owner. We request its approval.
Make a motion to approve the agreement to rehabilitate property located at 4940 Ash Avenue.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item G, notice of violation in order to repair and/or remove uninhabitable living space on property located at 1822 Davis Avenue.
Morning, Mr. President, board members.
Morning.
After inspecting the property at 1822 Davis and performing permit research at the property, we have determined that the second floor apartment was created illegally as there were no permits to account for the creation of the unit and the lack of fire separation. We are requesting the board of form to remove the second floor apartment.
Ma'am? Is she the owner?
She is the owner, yes.
Sure, please.
Purchased the property, the 2 units already exist there. I was not aware that I could not rent the second floor apartment, which, I mean, if that's the way I can no longer rent it, I won't. But I was unaware because for the last 3-4 years, I've been coming here and I've been paying the rental unit fees for, you know, the second floor, and nobody ever told me I was doing something wrong. As a matter of fact, the only reason the inspector came out to my property was because I came here personally because I wanted him to come and inspect it because I was going to probably go through like Section 8. I was really unaware that I was not able to do this. When he came out, he can confirm that I was the one that initiated coming out, checking out my residence. And then when I received this, I was really surprised and shocked that I could not. Because it's actually 2 units, but I guess it's under a single-family home, which I really didn't know what that meant.
Under a few years back, old inspector notes that we acquired, we had found out that there was a related living situation where they had, you had family living upstairs, correct? Your parents. So at the time, it was allowable to have relatives living in the space, but now that the relatives are no longer living in the space, it's now null and void.
Can I answer that?
Sure.
When that happened, I had just bought the property, and they had initially came out to make sure that nobody would be living in the basement, which there isn't. It's just like laundry area. At the time, my parents did live on the second floor, and my father has since passed away. Like I said, I didn't know that you could not rent it to just normal, non-related people. My father has passed away. The second floor was empty. I mean, I just was doing what I thought was normal.
Is this something that has been deeded on the property now?
No.
Is going to be? Our findings?
If we place a deed restriction on the property, if it doesn't necessarily have to be done by you. If you choose to sell the property, we can place a deed restriction, letting the new purchaser know that the second floor would have to be removed, so you don't necessarily have to remove it yourself. We'll just have it noted and recorded that if the property is sold, it will have to be brought back to single-family home standards.
I don't know what they mean by removing, because if you physically go there, there's 2 doors, one to each apartment. They were already there. There's a back door to each floor. I mean, everything is, if you go in through the second floor door, they have their own, way out. Everything's fine. I don't understand the whole removing. If it's not renting it anymore, then I would agree to that. But there's no way to remove a second floor that's already there. It's got its own kitchen, it's got its own bathroom, it's got everything.
So what we do in cases like this, when we have certain inspections and we come across illegal units is this, we do our permit research. We have records that reflect back to 1920, whenever permits were properly pulled to create extra units, okay? And we run into this many times in the city where back in the day, people would convert their home into illegal apartments, adding extra space, adding extra income, maybe adding extra space for family. So it is very common to come across a home that has added an illegal unit without any permits, okay? Because it has its own kitchen, because it has its own exit or whatnot, doesn't mean that it was created legally. When we refer to bringing it back to a single-family home, there may be an area where there was an internal staircase that was removed or still existing. So what we're asking is for the board to affirm this. We can have a deed restriction for the time being, but as far as our research shows, it was built as a single-family home and intended to be a single-family home.
So what are you guys asking of her to do?
Well, currently,
after today?
Yes, currently, if she plans on staying there, that's totally fine. We just don't want that second floor to be rented out.
That's fine. I have no problem with that. Like I said, my dad passed away. It's just me and my mom, and now that I know that I can't rent it out, that's fine.
Okay, okay. Any questions? Yeah?
No. You understand the deed restriction they're gonna put on the property also?
The what?
The deed restriction, you're aware of that? You're gonna put that on the property, right?
Is that what he just said?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
That's, yeah.
Okay, I just wanna make sure you're aware of that.
Okay.
Okay, then I'm going to make a motion to approve the notice of violation order to repair or remove at 1822 Davis.
I second, Mr. President.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, ma'am. Item H, rental registration hearing on property located at 540 165th Street.
Mr. Lemon? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
540 165th Street. This is a two-unit. Mr. Lemon went before the Board of Public Works in 2015 for another unregistered rental in 2014. The fee was waived then for the two units. We have not got any registration for 2019 or 2020, so I am requesting a fine for 2019 and 2020 for two units.
We still at $5, right?
$5, yes.
You good with both years, both
Why not?
units? Both years, okay. Okay, my motion is going to be to apply the late fees for both units for 2019 and 2020 for the property located at 540 165th Street.
I second, Mr. President.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So just so we're clear, that would be 500 each year for both, for
Right,
each unit?
For each unit, yes.
Okay.
For a total of 1,020?
2020, 2020. Two for two units, 2 years,
Oh,
2020.
2020. Okay. Item I, rental registration hearing on property located at 6350 Jefferson Avenue and 7344 Jefferson Avenue.
Please state your name and address.
Like my home address?
I'm sorry?
Home address?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, yeah. My name's Omar Angulo. Address is 13417 Iowa Street, Crown Point. I'm here to talk about the rental fees that my parents forgot to pay. She doesn't speak too much English, so I'm kind of here to help.
So we have two units that were not registered for 2019. They did register for 2020 and was registered previous. So we're here for two units for 2019.
One unit each address, right?
Yes.
Okay, one unit for each address, okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is 6350.
So there's two units at 6350?
Yeah, yes, two
Okay.
units at 6350, so we'll
Gotcha.
go with that one first.
Okay.
So for the record, sir, could you elaborate as to what may have happened in 2019?
Yes, okay. So what had happened was that my dad's mom, she got sick at that time, and she lives in Mexico. So my dad and my mom both had to go and go take care of her for some time. I have like doctor's notices of the time that they were over there for her like appointment and stuff for the doctor and everything. So that's what happened though.
I'm guessing that would be the same for 7344
Yeah.
Jefferson as well?
Correct. And then, except that one is one unit, and same thing. They registered for 20, registered before, they just owed for 2019.
And prior to 2019, you've had good
No.
service with them as well?
No issues.
Okay. You want to do 6350 first?
Yeah, you good with both of them?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, my first motion is going to be for 6350 Jefferson, and my motion is to waive the late fees for 2019 for both units. You will have to register those, and you can do it at the conclusion of today's meeting.
Okay.
Okay, that's my motion.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, my second motion is going to be for 7344 Jefferson Avenue. It's also going to be to waive the late fee for 2019. You also have to register that at a cost of $5
All right.
at the conclusion of today's meeting.
Okay.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Item J, rental registration hearing on property located at 5746 Northcott Avenue.
Good morning. My name is Magda Rodriguez. I'm the owner of the property.
Okay.
Good morning.
Yes, this is, Ms. Rodriguez owes, for 2019 and 2020, this is one unit. She did send in her registration for 2020 in April 3rd. As we all know, because of the coronavirus, a lot of stuff has just been jumbled up. So I am not requesting a fine, but I am asking that she register properly for 2019 and 2020. So she did make the attempt to register on time, but it was mailed back to her because of the 2019 missed registration.
Could you elaborate for 2019 for the board?
Yes, my family were dealing with many issues last year, and we completely forgot to register. We have never missed one. We have always abide and made repairs to the property and maintain it, but we just completely forgot at that time.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to motion that in reference to 5746 Northcott Avenue, that we waive the late fee for 2019, and that you register that at the conclusion of today's meeting at a cost of $5.
All right.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Second the
Good day.
motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Item K, rental registration hearing on property located at 6402 Nebraska Avenue.
Sorry about that.
6402 Nebraska. Sarah Villicana?
Yes, this is a brand-new owner as of October of 2019, Fresh Start Property Solutions, LLC, where Vilgar Property Management is the new management company. They did come in to register for 2020, and we're aware that the property was not registered for 2019. It was the same owner, different property manager. So they had no problem in paying the fine, $500, plus the registering for 2020, so we have no issue here.
We're just affirming that we're applying the late fee to 2019, though, correct?
Yeah, you can if you'd like. She has already paid the $500 fine.
What do we need to do, just
Acknowledge it? All right, Jaime, we'll acknowledge that there's no issue for 6402 Nebraska Avenue. Thank you.
Second.
We're good. All right, item L, rental registration hearing on property located at 7620 Gulfway Court. Salvador Ventolia.
Yes, I'm not sure if he will be making it. Owner lives in New York. We don't have a property manager listed. He purchased the property in July of 2019. Per water, there was usage between September and November of 2019. He did register for 2020, so we are looking for one unit for 2019.
And he's only been the owner since July of 19?
July of 19, correct?
Does he own anything else in Hammond, do we know of?
No,
He does not?
no.
How was service prior to this with whomever the owner may have been prior to?
Service prior,
Fees been paid on time?
yeah, fees been paid on time. So what happened, this house was actually vacant for a while, and it was remodeled in 2018. There were permits. We actually had it on the demo list, but someone purchased it and fixed it up, so.
Yeah, boy. I'm guessing he may not even know.
Yeah, paid 2020 already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to make a motion for 7620 Gulfway Court that we waive the late fee for 2019.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item M, rental registration hearing on property located at 7127 Ontario Avenue.
Please state your name and address.
Hi, good morning. My name is Chao Yi, address 7127 Ontario Road, Hammond.
You also live in Tinley Park, Illinois?
Right now, I live at Tinley Park.
Okay.
This is one unit, new owners, Ms. Yi and Mr. Steve Pizak. As of May of 2019, there has been water usage in 2019. They did register for 2020, so we are looking for registration for 2019.
Yes, Mr. President, because this is my first time and purchased the house in Hammond. I bought it from previous owner. He's an international student, so when I bought it from him, the part of the deal is to let him to stay because he will be finished in March, so he would go back to his country, and that's a part of the deal. And that time, I was thinking after he moved out, there will be my own property. I will live there, but then after he moved, and then I didn't know that time, just for him to stay there for a few months, I had to go get the rental license or whatever. Then after he moved out, then we decided, because I met my boyfriend after 2 years, so I decided to move with him. So then I say, okay, so I'm gonna rent it out to somebody else. So then I start asking my friend, and he told me that he said, you need to get a license for rental in Hammond. That's why I came to the City Hall. Then City Hall say, oh, you didn't apply license for last year. I say, I don't know what you're talking about. So that's my situation. I mean, if I know that I have no problem just coming to the city to pay $5 fee.
So 2020, she's registered for 2020.
Right.
You purchased the property in 2019 when?
May.
May, I
May.
think. May or June, something like that, yeah.
Okay. So we're just looking for 2019?
Unit.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay. My motion is going to be to waive the late fee for 7127 Ontario Avenue for the year of 2019. Again, you'll have to register that at a cost of $5. You can do that at the
Sure.
at the meeting today.
Yeah, I will, thank you.
Thank you.
I second the motion.
She's going to give you
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Item N, rental registration hearing on property located at 1727 Davis Avenue.
Hi, my name's Leticia. This is my father, Carlos. It's his house, but he doesn't know too much English, so I was gonna talk for him.
Sure.
For 1727, we forgot to pay the rental registration fee last year. Like, we totally forgot where he's not really used to like renting, because at the beginning when he first bought the house, I was living there, and we got a letter from Hammond saying that it was renting, but it wasn't renting at the beginning. It was actually, I was living there. And then he started renting it, and he forgot to pay, we weren't aware of that we had to pay a rental registration fee. They never told us when they bought the house or anything like that. Nobody ever mentioned it to us.
When did he purchase the house?
¿Cuándo compraste la casa?
Como 5 years.
Maybe 2015.
Okay. Did you guys forget to register in 2017? Did you have a fine then?
Yeah, that was the first fine, because when we bought it from a realtor, and they never told us, like, Hammond had to pay $5 for a rental fee. That was the first year that he was renting it out.
Okay. But there was a fine assigned, right?
Yes. And then
What year was that, Jaime?
That was in
2017?
2017.
we always thought like we were gonna get like a little, like a reminder, like I didn't know, like it was just a responsibility to remember, so now I have it in my calendar for every year. We paid it this year already.
So 2018 was,
2018, they did register on time. 2019, they did not register, and they did register for 2020.
and prior to 2017, it wasn't yours, right? It belonged to someone else?
My dad bought it in 2015, but I was living there for 2 years.
Oh, you were living there?
Yeah, I was living there.
Okay.
So then you lived there in 2015. When did you rent it out?
And believe la rentaste en el 2017, ¿no? Yo viví 2 años. Yeah, I believe it was 2017, because I believe I lived there for 2 years.
I mean, do we know the one time that, did she pay the $500 fee or just the $5 fee?
Yeah, they actually made a deal to pay in payments to the controller's office for the fine.
Oh, so that would have been a $500 fine in 2017?
Correct.
So this one's for 2019 though, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts?
They did complete the payments in 2018.
Yeah, I'm inclined to waive it.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make a motion to waive the late fee for 2019, but you're gonna have to find a way to remind yourself
Yeah,
going
I put
forward.
it in my calendar already for
Okay.
every year.
Okay, I'm just making, because if you do come before the board again, it's going to be applied. next
No,
time.
I understand
Just so we're aware,
totally.
okay.
Yes, I
Okay,
really.
so my motion's going to be to waive the late fee for 2019 for 1727 Davis. You have to register at $5, okay?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
so much.
Thank you, Jaime.
Thank you.
Item O, correspondence received from Aaron Eggers of First Baptist Church of Hammond requesting permission to close off a portion of Oakley Street from Sibley Street North to Willow Court and close off a portion of State Street from the parking lot before the Hammond Public Library west to the bridge on Holman on Wednesday, July 15th, from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., and to use their own cones to block the streets if permissible.
I mean, we've done it before, so,
Well, I think they have done it many
many
times.
times, so I'm inclined to say,
Okay, that's fine.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to approve First Baptist Church requests.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item P, correspondence received from Stephen and Vanessa Schuberg from 6627 California Avenue requesting the street sign in front of their home be moved so they can put in a second driveway.
So you could refer that to both Public Works and to engineering. And perhaps, I guess I would add the Director of City Planning, Brian Poland, so that we make sure we're aware of the work that's being done and it's in compliance with the city ordinances.
Sure.
But Public Works would be the ones to move, to relocate the sign in the end if everything's good to go.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to forward the request for 6627 California to Public Works, Engineering, and the Director of Planning, Brian Poland, for their review.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item Q, correspondence received from residents of the 4100 block of Wabash requesting street closure for a 4th of July block party. We do have 16 signatures of residents that obviously live on Wabash. They're not requesting anything from Public Works at all.
Are they all, can you tell, are they all even addresses or odd addresses or both sides?
They seem to be on both sides of the street.
Okay.
Yeah, they seem to be on both sides.
You good with it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to approve the request from the residents of the 4100 block of Wabash.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item R, correspondence received from the Eastside Community Council, Leroy Howard, requesting a 4th of July parade. Anything?
No, I was going to, does it say what route or anything like that?
It says nothing, it's just, this is just paperwork showing that we deferred it from last week to this week.
Did he ever provide a route or anything? We never talked to him still. I feel like we're gonna have to move it again, because I gotta talk to him first.
Yeah, we canceled it the last time to today.
Okay, can part of my motion be, I'll reach out to him today and,
Okay.
okay. Okay, I'm gonna motion that I have a conversation with Mr. Leroy Howard about the parade, the time frame, the route, so on and so forth, before we could approve it.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item S, correspondence received from Felix Reyes requesting a street closure for the 200 block of Doty Street on July 4th, 2020, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., also requesting barricades, picnic tables, and trash cans from Public Works. He has a list of residents on Doty Street, both sides.
It's only
Both sides,
it's
yeah,
only
it's
one block
it
anyway,
is,
so
it is,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right, yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion to approve Mr. Reyes' request for street closure in the 200 block of Doty Street,
And we do need to forward this to.
and forward it to Public Works for the items he's requesting.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item T, correspondence received from Edward Gareffa requesting the street closure for the 1700 block of Myrtle Avenue on July 4th, 2020. Also requesting 4 barricades, 8 picnic tables, and 4 garbage cans. The only thing that I do not see with his request is a time frame. Can you find that out? Does he work for you?
Yes, sir.
Forward it for Public Works.
Yeah, they need stuff. He doesn't list any times. I think that we should at least know, the city should at least know what the time frame's gonna be for the party.
Okay. How should I word it? Johnny, he'll speak to?
Yeah.
Johnny will speak to?
Yeah.
Okay, my motion's gonna be that after our other board member, Johnny, has a conversation with Ed, that we approve the request pending the time and date.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item U, correspondence received from Scott Batustak requesting to block off the alley from 439 to 139th to 445 139th Street for a party on June 11th, 2020, from noon to 11 p.m.
What is it, like 2 houses, 3 houses?
Mr. Smith, they're gonna have a band. Is this something that, this needs to be permitted, or the city needs to be more aware of than?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it's a noise issue, it's gotta go through environmental to request a permit there.
Okay. So, should,
Did he have a list of neighbors that,
he does not, there's not a list of neighbors
It's
at
only,
all.
if you see, it's only from 439 to 445, so it's
Probably.
probably 3 garages.
Yeah, probably 4 or 6 houses probably is all, but,
yeah, I would assume it always depends on the time and
Right.
duration.
the alley will still be available west and north and south. Okay, so we need to forward this to environmental, okay.
Okay, my motion for Mr. Batustak's request for 439, 139th to 445, 139th, I motion we forward it to environmental for a permit if necessary.
I second, Mr. President.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Okay, moving right along. Item V, correspondence received requesting rental registration hearings. You must want a couple of dates here. Ooh. 3 dates? Okay.
July 11th.
Could be 30, could be.
July 16th, 23rd, and 30th?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah. 16, 23, and 30?
Yeah, unless she has an objection.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Then we have this July 16th, 23rd, and 30th, or is that okay? Okay. I'm going to make a motion that we set those rental registration hearings for July 16th, 2020, July 23rd, 2020, and July 30th, 2020.
I second, Mr. President.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's certainly going to conflate those meetings. All right.
Mr. President, on
Mr.
on the
Smith.
on the rental registration matters, if the inspections department and the owner have reached what they would consider to be a proposed agreement and submit that to you in writing, saying, here's our recommendation, would that help?
Oh, certainly.
Okay, so you wouldn't be opposed to those type of, a written agreement signed by the owner, signed by the inspection
Oh,
department? Say,
absolutely
here's
not.
our recommendation.
Sure.
We welcome that, actually.
Okay, all right,
Sure.
we'll,
Yeah.
we'll we'll
Yeah,
see what we can
fine.
do. That might help with the volume.
Okay,
Okay.
certainly.
We'll work
Thank you.
on that.
Item W, garage sale permit submitted for approval. Oh, oh my. Oh. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about you, I wouldn't mind if they did that all the time.
I know. And, oh, you want to look at these?
Yeah, yeah.
There's only a couple.
Yeah.
Look for the COVID-19 waiver there, Mr. Perez. Well, we can approve them then.
This one says Jeff, I don't know what I did.
Garage Mahal, okay. Only beat, good?
Yep.
I don't see it. What is it?
What's that? The waiver?
Yeah.
Should be stapled to it, man, right
Is
here.
it?
Yeah, right here. Right there. They good?
These are good.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to motion that we approve the garage sale permits.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item X, Supplemental Agreement Number 1 with Beam, Longest, and Neff LLC for Phase 2 Design Services for a new pedestrian bridge over Calumet Avenue at the Little Calumet River in the amount of $351,800.
Good morning, members of the board. I'd just like to say I appreciate council adding this to the agenda at the last minute and for the board to consider this action. As you may recall, the city of Hammond had executed an agreement with Beam, Longest, and Neff to undertake a phase 1 of the design of a new pedestrian bridge over Calumet Avenue near the Little Calumet River. That work is progressing very well. We have asked the consultant to provide a proposal for the second phase of this project, which would complete the design work on this. It's an initiative by the mayor to have this bridge constructed, and I do believe the funding is coming from a park bond. And so we would ask that the board consider this action for approval, and there should be a forthcoming agreement between the Board of Works and the Parks Department.
Yeah, just to expound a little bit on the city engineer's statements, these funds are not 2020 funds. These are funds that have already been, actually in the controller's accounts. They're through the Parks Department, and they've been set aside for parks projects. I'm not sure that we'll need an agreement on that, but if we do, of course, I'll check with the controller.
So these would be $2019?
I'd have to look. They might even be $2018. They're just, it's
Set aside kind of thing?
Yeah, park bond proceeds that are left over.
Okay.
That the administration would like to focus in on this structure. So it's a great project. It's a dangerous intersection for cyclists and pedestrians.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you don't have a green sheet for this action?
Correct.
I can let you know, though, that I spoke with the mayor's office yesterday, and they would recommend approval.
Okay.
I'm going to make a motion to approve the supplemental agreement with number 1 with Beam, Longest, and Neff LLC.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 6, matters from board members. Mr. Long?
No, sir.
Sir, you sure?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pratt?
Mr. President.
Okay. Matters from other department heads and/or their representatives. Okay. New business, let me see. New business, I see none. Okay. Old business, there is none. Meeting's open to the public. If anyone would like to come up and speak? No? Lynn, we got the vocabulary word in, correct? Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make that motion, Mr. President.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.